So, I want to talk about something in regards to intrusive thoughts, which are unwanted, intruding thoughts that cause someone distress or pain. They can be thoughts that you feel like are coming from outside of you or that are not your own. They can be thoughts that are painful and that cause you pain. They're intruding, and unfortunately, people use this term incorrectly, but I have in the past suffered from intrusive thoughts, and I find that when I was back in school or in um, school environments was one of the places, as well as places where there was just a lot of people, I found that my anxiety, stress, and these thoughts became debilitating and unbearable. And I think that it's connected with my autism and my DID and my PTSD for me. And I found that one of the reasons that I'm not able to maintain employment and that I am not able to maintain schooling and other things, aside from the other ways in which my disabilities affect me, is because of how completely unbearable the intrusive thoughts would get. An example of this, let me see if I can go back to the last time I tried to work. So I was temporarily employed as a donut fryer. This was my last try at working. And some of the thoughts I would get would be like, if I don't do everything I need to get done perfectly, then all the people here will hate me and will punish me and will despise me. And other things I would think is, um, if I don't get this done how it needs to get done, then it would feel like the world is ending. It would feel abysmally just awful, and I just have these dark thoughts that I couldn't control. And it did not help that our DID system also used to have persecutor alters, but our persecutors are no longer they are no longer they don't they changed into defenders. So the entities who were formerly persecutory or adversarial changed into defenders through self-healing. And but the last time that we had tried to work, I do remember that we would just constantly be having these disabling thoughts, and I do think that this is connected to our PTSD, and a lot of the thoughts we didn't think they were, but we later realized I think are actually connected to our childhood abuse and to PTSD. And then it was the same thing when I tried to do schooling, because they kept just switching me around to different schools instead of just like maybe realizing that the that the diagnosis I grew up under was false and the treatment I was receiving for it was not helping me at all, because it's not what I had. But now, like, understanding that I'm autistic and the other things that I have, I was also told when they diagnosed me with autism that I also met the criteria for OCD, but they said that I didn't need that diagnosis, and I don't think it's on my records, because even though I met the criteria, the specialist said, he said that it oftentimes people just have like both, or they have like, if they have autism, sometimes they have parts of OCD with that. So because I have never really deep dived enough into OCD, the same way that I know I have ADHD, but I just have not researched it as much as the other things that I know more severely impact me, like my autism and DID and PTSD, I mostly focus on that, because I wouldn't be able to separate like what is my autism versus what is like coming from ADHD or OCD, because I know that I also have those things, but I don't usually mention it because it's not really relevant to my daily life, with just understanding that I have autism. And so with these like dark thoughts that I would get, one of the things that I found, another example is like anytime I would use the bathroom, literally for years. It's only been the last year that this has really gone away, but anytime I would use the bathroom, I would have like just really unwanted aggressive or violent or sexual thoughts or gross thoughts. Well, especially if I was going number two, like especially if I was going to the bathroom going number two, I'd struggle with these thoughts. And I also found that I would have somatic flashbacks whenever I was in the shower, but that was only since my 20s because there was a guy who'd known me since I was 12 who started dating me at 19. And one time he was in the shower with me and had sex with me, and I don't really remember like what was going on, and I don't think it was necessarily unconsensual either. I don't remember. I just know that ever since then I can't shower. I feel like it was an essay experience, but because I can't really remember the specifics and because I don't think I said no, um I just know that I had flashbacks, like emotional and somatic flashbacks, so I can't really take showers since then. Um, but I know that, like, for me, the like kinds of dark thoughts that I was getting, they were very deeply harmful to my life. And I think that one of the things that has really helped me, aside from my spiritual practice, my daily spiritual practice, meditation, soothing music, my artwork, talking things out with my other DID headmates, and trying to keep track of things better. I think that really one of the ways that I've managed the different struggles that I've gone through is by taking away the things that would make it worse. So for example, I know that my health is not long-term sustainable when I was doing schooling and when I was doing work. I essentially had to mask really, really heavily my disabilities for both. And I know I'm not someone capable of maintaining long-term employment, which is why I'm on SSI for my autism, because I'm fortunate and privileged enough that I've been able to get on SSI for my disabilities. But I think that I'm recognizing how disabling such thoughts have really been to me, and I feel like perhaps part of the reason I'm able to make this video right now is because lately my mind has been really jarringly quiet compared to what I'm used to, because I'm used to having just like all my alters talking to me, or not all my alters, but like a few, over my shoulder talking to me all the time, and then the like random thought streams as well sometimes. And that not being there right now, or just being way, way quieter right now, I don't know why. There's been no changes to any sort of medicine type stuff, so it's nothing to do with that. It's just general life change stuff. I'm aware of how much quieter my mind feels lately. And on one hand, I don't like that because it makes me feel really lonely. But on the other hand, it's making me aware of these past things. Like, yeah, that actually kind of sucks that I was having such hard thoughts that it was barring me from being able to do schooling and work and other things in the way that I would otherwise, I feel like, have a bit of an easier time. But even aside from, I feel like, dark thoughts and things, it would still be really hard. And I still don't think I would probably be able to. But it just kind of sucks. And I think it's good, though, that I'm realizing this stuff and I'm recognizing it. And maybe this will resonate with someone else who's struggled with this stuff.